we are back with Fatebreakers Retold, episode 35, hosted by the Capricorn Demon.
Greetings, everybody in Twitch land. I am your one and only Dungeon Master, the Capricorn Demon. Welcome back to Fatebreakers Retold, as we're going to get tonight's session started off with our wonderful Flunky as Maxilon Zarestri, Jiraki as Bravigi, Lishdag as Benny, and Cuddles as Incubi. Going to go ahead and just give a quick recap of last week. So last time we left off, our heroes banded back together at the Emerald Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Listag, like Lestat, but gay. Yeah. Yes. Our heroes basically regrouped back at the Emerald Tavern after experiencing their several misadventures of the night before. As everyone takes notice of the additional members that Max brings along with him, being Fio, Titonia, Toro, and three other humans that form the quote unquote rebel army. Everyone is shocked to see just how very underwhelming this rebellion looks at first glance.
It's
And
six
so they decide,
goddamn people.
yes. And so, with the help of the tavern owner, they go straight down to the cellar to where they could go ahead and discuss about their next plans of action. There, they talk about the things that went on during that night, about how Ink was dragged against his will and witnessed a changeling torture chamber, as well as Arya, Bravigi, Beaker, and Lucy being captured and having their items stolen by what they thought to be was Piper, but turned out to be another changeling that was just impersonating Piper. And how they spent majority of their night just trying to catch up to them and reclaim what was stolen.
Don't steal my shit.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, I was like three
Max
steps away from just shooting them.
Max had a long time trying to look for said rebel army outside away from Sut before eventually coming back to investigate on the Bloodspades business with the inventing trio of Gale, Angela, and Skylar. To which he explains that's where he found the quote unquote rebel army. And the rebel army explained about their origins, about how Fio escaped slavery, Titonia and Toro escaped from being executed at the last year's Rings of Fire tournament held at the capital of Flargos.
I, huh. I don't remember that, but then again, my brain might have tuned out, or I might have been doing something at the time.
But Fio explains further that the whole goal for this rebellion is to finally put some order onto the entire continent of Flargos and to liberate it from Iris's anarchistic rule. Benny, being the only one who had the most normal of a night, just enjoying her workday with being employed by Master Podorf, learns a bit more information as to the cult that had kidnapped her when she was a child, so many years ago. And as everybody gets some well needed rest for the night, the next following day, Bravigi asks Max to go ahead and teach him the ways of the gunslinger, as he tells him about a rifle that the Bloodspades allowed him to carry around with him as compensation for last night's events. So, in the outskirts of Sut, they go ahead and start training with the firearms, only to be interrupted by Gale, who, through her alchemist innovation, shows off her mechanical arm with hand turret attachment. And even though she has made it clear that she still doesn't like Max or anyone in that particular case, Max calls for a truce in the form of dinner with himself, Brevigi, and her, so that way they could come to terms and start things over. Gale accepts the offer only if she is able to bring along Skylar and Angela, to which the terms are agreed upon. And we cut to now as Gale leaves off to let her lovers know about the dinner plans for later tonight. And we are back with Max and Brevigi.
Hello.
Stag, if you want to go and interject yourself so that way you could have that conversation, I will allow it.
We'll be running a quick commercial break after the recap as well.
That was the recap.
No, I said after the recap is what I was saying.
Oh.
Now that it's over. That way we don't
Mm.
have to get interrupted by ads for at least an hour. Shit, wrong command.
Flunky, Stag.
Flunky!
Bitch.
Bitch.
Yes, you. Yes, y'all bitches. Yes. Speak to each other.
Just bitch singularly. Uh Either way, so sorry, was this right after something? This is what's called Benny just kind of wanted to catch Max alone for a second, so I guess it would be whenever people would be kind of turning in.
Yeah, so we'll just have Max and Bravigi return back to the Emerald Tavern, to which you will be there, preparing to leave when they walk through the door again.
Hello.
Let's see.
Good morning.
But yeah, Go would kind of just call should be people seem to leave for whatever the fuck it was. But she'd be kind of making sure that she'd be loitering in whatever commons there is in this hotel, waiting for people to all get back. But seeing Max get back. Oh, there you are. Where the fuck you? Where the fuck y'all go? Where the fuck y'all go off to in the middle of the night? Well, about what time is it?
It's still morning. It's like around 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Early
Bravigi needs
sunrise.
some. He wanted training with a rifle.
It went well.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, they're useful things.
They're very loud, but yes.
You get used to it, or you get tinnitus. I'm not sure.
I think I think it might be a little both. But yeah,
A little
Max,
bit of both.
actually wanted a word for a second. Just wanted to ask a few things.
Yeah, of course. What do you need?
them.
And they can like go to another room. Hey, is that spouse? Kill spouse. Do it.
Tell her from me more Modrons. More.
I heard friend. Hello, friend.
That's spouse. Spouse is the enemy.
Why is spouse the enemy?
Because they take all Stag's love from me.
Damn.
I think I'm funny.
Yeah. Ruby will shuffle along, hearing that Benny, is like, "Can I talk to you alone for a second?" And like that, I poof into the shadows and get myself breakfast. If I have not already.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Yeah. What is a typical Fargosian breakfast?
Chilaquiles.
Mexican breakfast. Chilaquiles. Huevos rancheros.
I'm just gonna nod my head like I understand what those things are.
God, I love chilaquiles.
I'm so uncultured.
I think
apologize.
Stag is distracted with spouse.
Yeah. Hey, Cuddles, do me a favor and roll me a history.
Why me?
Because I just want...
Sure.
Roll history, don't be a bitch.
I'm not even there.
Then roll it in the dice room.
No, I'm like literally not in the inn.
No,
Where
I
the
know you're
fuck
not
did
in
you
the
go?
scene, but like I would still like for you to roll me a history for what I have planned for later. If you would be so kind.
Imagine Theo and them are still hiding out in the cellar, aren't they?
No, they went and did something else.
Oh.
A murder.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble remembering things. It's been a little bit.
The only one who will probably be still in the cellar will probably be Beaker, because he would just hang out anywhere.
He's just in standby mode.
Oh, I put him on the charging dock.
All right, 17. Okay.
And I'm rolling T-Rex stats.
Just put Beaker on a little Tesla pad. Just
Flunky,
Hello.
can you recommend me a good, cheap, but good, decent TV?
Dude, I don't know. I was gonna go buy a 70-inch from Walmart for like $300. That's pretty cheap.
TV. I just want Walmart. I can't go to Walmart.
Walmart's your best option. I mean, you can go with the Amazon Basics dog ass $100 TV. It's a TV. It works.
I was gonna get a $200 like 1080p TV.
Go to Facebook Marketplace, find the biggest and cheapest one you can, and buy it.
Or go to your local retro antique shop and buy a fucking box TV.
Hey, CCTVs
If I wanted a box,
are
I was
pretty
I was
good.
walking through Walmart the other day and I saw like 75-inch TVs for like $300 and I was like, "Oh shit, that's mad cheap." Um, so I'm gonna be getting one here soon because I got a new dresser, and the new dresser layout, my girlfriend said we could have a TV in the bedroom.
Nice.
you know what that
Yes,
means?
Movie
it means
nights.
that we get to watch our shows together.
And you know what shows those are.
You know,
Well,
probably
I know.
like we've really been enjoying Ghosts, and I want her to start The Magicians. She just picked up the first book, so that'll be
I've been,
fun.
I've been watching. What's it called? Blue Bloods.
I'm watching Scrubs again. It's just something I put on in the background.
Me and my grandmother
You
were
back?
bored the other day
You back
watching
by the way,
Lost.
Stag, or is his spouse still got your attention for a bit?
Tell me where the cheap. Link me the cheap TV, Stag.
They're at Walmart. You
Say,
have
do I
to go
need
to
to start
Walmart.
another random side adventure? I can go and do that.
The next quest is to go to the Walmart and get a TV for Vicky.
Yeah, you can get stuff delivered from Walmart.
I know.
Just do that.
I could. I just need to find the TV for me needs.
It's a TV. I couldn't even tell you. I think my TV's a fucking Vizio. It doesn't matter.
That was the one that broke, and it was such a good TV.
Yeah, I don't think TV brands really matter unless you're some sort of gigachad fucking computer nerd and you need the frame refresh and the hertz and shit. You're watching nonsense. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mostly use it for the Xbox though, so I can
Then yeah,
play.
like I just got this fucking like there's these $120 fucking LGs, whatever the fuck, that we have like 3 of. It's easy, it's peasy. It's at Walmart.
Also,
The
hi,
the
Stag.
one
Fuck Walmart, but also it's whatever.
the
How is
one
Spouts?
right next to me in the office is a Hisense, and it works for what I need to. I use it to watch TV.
Yeah, TVs have gotten so cheap over the years. I remember like a 40, like they used to be so fucking expensive. But then whenever I like walk by them nowadays, I'm like, that fucking giant ass TV is like $500.
I know. That's like I'm upgrading my one in the living room so that I can put the living room one in the bedroom.
All right, let's get back to
Yeah.
session now. If we're good.
I know, TV conversation aside.
All right,
But
back to the plot.
yeah, just after like a second alone. Well, wanted to ask folks about things in general, but I guess shit went everywhere. I guess shit kind of went everywhere after we got back. I guess first,
Unfortunately, yeah.
unfortunately or something, I actually don't exactly know entirely what's going on aside from it's more than a ghost, like skeleton of a plan. But it's there.
Mhm.
Wanted to ask when you got back, or I suppose when I got back, or either the two of us. How'd the talk go yesterday? Actually, in general, I've been wanted to see what. 'Cause a lot of everyone sort of had their own conversations here and there, so I just kind of wanted to see where everyone was at, and we mostly chatted a little bit about it, but you had yours the day next, so how'd it go?
Not great. Probably didn't help the diplomatic relationships at all between ourselves and the blood spades, or at least myself.
What happened?
They brought up Veronica, and they tried to use her as leverage against me.
Veronica. In
Yeah, they got spies in Frostnir and showed me image of her and a crystal, and I just don't trust them enough. I can't let them use her as leverage over me.
No,
You know?
no, you can't. But just knowing how to play was just think what even they might have spies. They might have spies, but what exactly? What leverage did they have exactly in Frostnir? It's not a very.
Just, I suppose it's just keeping track of her location.
Hmm. Funny enough, actually, I was actually talking to. I spent most of yesterday doing this and that, but also I guess post chatting with the old man.
Yeah, you'll have to apologize to him for me.
Oh, there's an apology thing, but also I think, funny enough, we were actually also talking about the rest of the blood spades a little bit. They're not too used to, in a sense, being having the
Challenged.
pool. Yeah, well, yeah, have the pool be different. Toes in other waters where fish actually grab on and pull.
That was a very
Think,
weird saying you just said.
yeah, actually, I realized that afterwards, to try to put too many things in there.
You don't even have toes.
I know, but like, a fish isn't gonna bite my fucking hooves. If it is, fucking good luck. Kick the shit out of it.
Maybe a piranha.
Maybe. I don't even think piranhas. No, never mind. They're up in Naturia.
Yeah, Naturia for sure.
Either way. So,
Um,
yeah, I wanted to see how that went for you. First
poorly.
off, okay. You said it went poorly. How did it go though?
I may have made some threats. I know. I was angry and I spoke out of turn, and I shouldn't have, but I'm trying to. I have a dinner tonight with um, some of their contacts, hopefully repair some diplomatic damage I did.
Their contacts. Because I actually wanted to. We've been busy the past few days. I wanted to talk about the other night.
The other
Over
night?
with it. Yeah. Over at Sammy's place. We're fucking surrounded.
God, I wasn't there. I heard
No,
about that.
no, you were there. You were
Oh,
saying a whole bunch of shit.
this was a different thing. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we can be a little hot-headed here and there, but
I know. I fucked up. And I'm sorry. These people just grate against me the wrong way, and I don't. It's hard to keep it all in. I know I can be brash, and I know I can say, quite frankly, stupid things.
yeah, and it really was.
I know. I'm sorry, Benny. It's just everything is kind of weighing down on me lately.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of stress, but I think the situation there just really didn't call for it. I really want to know that just we can't be possibly throwing our lives, or not we, but I can't be here with you or really anyone else throwing any of the rest of our lives over something that isn't. If this was a few of the different situations have been, and I don't understand, but I was just wondering, why there. But I guess you said shit's been weighing on you. Anything specific?
It's really everything. I thought I got myself out of this life, and now we're back in it, and it's somehow so much fucking worse than it was in Frostnir. At least then, it was a clear goal.
It was a different life, in a sense.
We had a clear goal. We knew what we were doing. And everyone we meet is such a smug bastard and just rubs me the wrong way. And I don't know. I guess sometimes it just gets to me. And I shouldn't let that happen. I should be better than that. And I do apologize. I shouldn't have said the things I said, and I should have put us in danger. And I will do better about that.
Good. Just like a lot of this pisses me off in general.
You've always been better about keeping it inside than I have.
Oh, we've both been in fucked ass situations, but I guess for a lot longer for a bit. I was in a just more situation where I had to for a lot more, and learning to after that. Stupid, fucking stupid as it sounds, fucking working on waiting on people definitely helps on that, which is kind of stupid. Either way, just
I know. The diplomat.
Next time I'll pinch the shit out of your arm, please.
I know. I got it. Thanks, Benny. I needed someone to talk to.
You know you can talk to me. This
I
whole
know.
the fucking disaster situation or the ridiculous situation. It's ridiculous to us. Explaining it to these fucking folks sound like crazy people, but it's even more than that. Somehow, what we're saying is downplaying.
You know what's weird?
Hmm?
We spent years together back in Rockville, and now that we're actually out doing stuff, it feels like you're farther away, and I don't know how to feel about that. I know we're dealing with a lot more people, and it's not just us anymore. But it kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm right here. Kind of here usually. Like unless we're in a separate situation, but
I know, I imposed on you a lot over the last couple of years, and trying to keep myself from doing that anymore.
no, it's fine here. It's fine here too. It ain't posing that much. It is infinitely worse. Be dealing with whatever stupid shit we're dealing with for some reason. I guess we can talk to these contacts of theirs and see about smoothing things over. Talking to Paldorf, but like, I guess a bit of a tall and short of the old man is saying is that he said it out loud about he don't have the influence that he used to have, and it's still listen to him to an extent because he's an old. Actually, I suppose a little more spot on with the saying the devils being smart less so because they're the devil, and more so because of how old they are, or wise, I suppose, in his sense. So there's a bit of wisdom to be gained, but he's just too old to. It's too old to be enforcing shit. Whole bunch of these. I don't know. I don't know about calling them kids. I don't know how old most of them are, but definitely seem brash, too. So see about having another conversation and seeing how it'd be best to get through them, because I think it'd be a smart idea to get as many friends as we can, generally. And sometimes in this situation, friend ain't gotta be no one we get along with. Someone we can kind of count on when it comes out to it in the end.
That's fair.
Because oh my god, Max, it's so fucking stupid. It's the fucking world at stake. It's so fucking dumb. Can't believe it ain't just a country. It's the whole fucking world. Or just one of these groups out here trying to fucking wrangle it in. So see how many
That's what
see how many
gets to me.
fucking
It's like you said, the whole fucking world is at stake, and we are dealing with petulant teenagers. Powerful, petulant teenagers. God, I don't know how old they are,
Most of them are in their mid-20s.
but they're still annoying as shit.
yeah. I don't know about teenagers, but yeah, definitely
Young adults.
definitely younger. Oh god, there's so many older, like we've been meeting some older folks as we've been going through, but fucking hell if I ain't feel like we're out there sometimes. Either way.
Thank you for keeping me on a level. Benny, I don't know what I'd do without you.
I'm sure you manage. But yeah, definitely
I'd manage poorly.
but manage nonetheless. Either way,
Yeah.
you ain't gotta worry about that, since I have no intention and or plans of fucking dying or anything like that. Cause I haven't gotten what's mine yet, so
Or not to mention, I'd be super embarrassing at your funeral. Wailing, sobbing, beating my breast, the whole nine. I'd make it an issue for everybody.
Don't drink all of it.
I just hear a bottle pop.
Yeah. Also, ooh, I need to stretch my leg.
Was that spouse?
It was spouse.
That was spouse. Also, that sounds like a bottle of wine or champagne.
Not even sharing.
I'm not the biggest wine drinker.
I'm not even a really big alcohol drinker.
I do fuck with a couple wine every once in a while. I mostly do whites.
it's really good. It's really gay, homie.
Thank you.
I'm mostly a Moscato kind of guy. If it was like I had to choose.
I won.
Yes, you heard me, Moscato.
Son of a bitch.
See a fucking Did you
And
say a fucking nation for every fucking person? Fuck does
What was
that
that?
mean?
Huh?
What?
You never heard of a black Moscato?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
No, talking to I suppose I should have
Rock.
put I suppose I should have put some sort of separator breaker thing. I was talking to Max.
Ah, okay.
Oh, no, I didn't say a nation for every person. That's not what I said. I said, especially at your funeral, I'd be wailing and crying and beating my breast, making an issue for everyone.
An issue, not nation. Yes, but was about to ask what the fuck you meant by that. Honestly, I don't think it'd be that embarrassing. I'd welcome it.
Oh, I'll dial up the dramatics for sure. Waterworks. Waterworks, babe. Waterworks.
I know, but can't be planning for some stupid shit that ain't gonna happen.
I'm just saying if it did.
But it won't.
I know. But if it did. Water.
I know. Well, you can wait. You can waste time on the hypothetical by writing it down or something instead of taking up the air. Talking about beating your gorilla, making nations for people.
You said you guys were in a separate room talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of a pulled aside for a second.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as you guys are, now at your, just basically just reminding each other how much you care about each other. There's a knock at the door.
Hand me.
Shooting
Hello?
Max
Yeah?
here is maxing to the sun.
I know, just
On the other side, you hear uh, Jade, the Tavern Keep, the Earth Genasi. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt a conversation, but Benny, was it? There's someone here to see you.
me?
Yes.
Can I ask who it is
Her?
first?
Appears to be an older gentleman.
Fuck.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
All right. Hey, Max, I'm just gonna go see what the fuck this is about for a second.
I'm gonna go pee.
I know. Good timing.
Max and Flunker are gonna go piss.
Yeah. All right. I guess
I gotta piss.
you know what. Actually, I'll be there just as quick as you can tell him that I'll be there, and just
Okay.
kind of a straightening up for a second and stepping back out and kind of like confused look at that. And all right, well, yeah, you can just go and if he's just out in the common rooms, I'll
Yeah, she would have stepped away, so that way, by the time you said like, "Yeah, I'm on my way," she would have stepped away, so that way, just give you space if you still need it.
Mhm.
yeah, not like no real space needed. Just kind of out immediately because well, she wants to see what the fuck that is, and sooner out the sooner back.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go see what the fuck this is about.
So you go and investigate what it is that she's talking about with who's here to see you, and to your surprise, you see Podorf in the common room. Ah, Benarif, how are
Oh,
you today?
doing all right. Just didn't expect to get met here. Didn't expect to get met here. Not, it's a bad thing. Is everything all right?
No, things are fine. I just decided that instead of you coming to the manor, I'd much stretch out these legs since I've been cooped up. So better just step outside for some fresh air and come to you for a change.
Oh well, appreciate that. Yeah, no, was just in a conversation for a second. So
Ah,
planned today? We're gonna
I do
spend.
apologize. I hope I'm not interrupting something.
No, it's fine. It was about at the end of the conversation since. Well, I was gonna get ready to head out. I was gonna get ready to head out anyways.
Mhm.
So walking, help the walk down here wasn't too bad. Planning to walk around for a little bit then.
Yes, just walking around and seeing around Sut. Very rare that I ever leave the mansion.
Well, you left for that one meeting at least, which I know it's still open, third ring. But coming on down this way. All right, well, came on down to me then. All right. Well, if you want, we can go ahead. If you want, we can go ahead and walk around. I just have to give me a minute to get ready then.
But by all means, take your time. I will
Yeah, of
be
course.
here, and I will be. I guess I'll ask this lovely tavern owner to see what there is to drink.
Yeah, stuff here is pretty good. That's, well, my opinion at least. But I'll be back then. Kind of a
Go on and take your time.
yeah. It's kind of not over with a genuinely warmer smile than she normally wears. It's kind of a something about an old person, but yeah, I guess just trotting on back. Just wasn't expecting. I guess in hindsight, thinking about that makes enough sense. You know, Rafiki over there.
He's just been watching and eating.
Yeah, by the time you come back, you're just Bervigi just enjoying his breakfast. And then as you're having this conversation with one of the family heads, he's just there like, hey.
He's just silently there, doing his thing of being a rogue, of not being noticed.
Speaking of which, what's even more creepy is the fact that you don't notice him until he actually twitches. Sitting next to you is Beaker. Hello.
Hi. Getting a little used to you doing that.
I was deactivated for a bit, so I'm sorry.
Well, hope you had a nice nap.
Conserves energy.
Shrugs. I'm just gonna keep an eye on everybody like I usually do.
Anything Max and Benny want to speak further with each other?
No, he'll probably just get some breakfast.
Well, as Benny is going back upstairs to get ready for the day, you also, of course, would be surprised by seeing one of the family heads here in Pador, as he just sits by the bar enjoying a morning mimosa.
What a lush. Beldorf?
Ah, Zarestri. Pleasant seeing you this morning. How are you, son?
As good as I can be.
People surprised you. And yes, to be quite frank, Podorf has not shown himself out to the public in quite some time, ever since he started getting older. Just the way that his physical complexion is, and just how weak he appears, It's taken him a lot to just try and just get out in order to just show that him and Benny are on equal terms. You waiting for something, son?
Not particularly.
And as he takes a sip of his mimosa and just sighs a bit, he goes, I overheard from some guards that your meeting did not go as smooth as you had hoped.
It went about as smoothly as I expected.
If I could ask as politely as I can be, did my advice not register with you during the moment, or was it just pure emotion that took you over?
I did try to keep your advice in mind. Unfortunately, the other family heads are terrible.
I did not get what you said. I think I just had a spike.
Terrible.
Terrible. I did try to keep your advice in mind, but unfortunately, the other family heads are terrible.
Mm. Well, like I explained to Benarif, that is mostly my fault. They do take after my teachings from way back when I was the family head. And just like I explained to Benarif, their tactics and they've amplified everything that I've taught them tenfold. So yes, it is very difficult to try and reason with them.
Peldorf, I'm not sure what you want me to say here. I find that entire group of people to be entirely dislikable. I don't think that me and them will ever come to an agreeable compromise. But I'm going to defer to my friends on this one because if it were up to me, they would all be swiftly thrown in prison.
To be fair, Maxilon in Flargos, there is no such thing as like. Everyone fends for themselves, especially way back when. So I can understand where your view comes from. Though,
I know the
if
rule
you're
here is might makes right. And every time I try to stand up for myself, I get chastised. Is it might makes right or follow the rules?
we've had control of Sut for quite some time, so it is, at least by the history of it, the spades might makes right. If you're wanting to challenge, then perhaps that might come more to your favor. After all, it's not just words that make right, it's also action. Just a thought for you to keep.
No, that won't work. Ultimately, I'm not Flargosian. And killing a bunch of immature kids won't do anything.
You don't have to kill, you just need to have them submit or at least Cervantes submit, since he is the family head.
That's not my place. Somebody else will make them submit.
Well, son, if you are set with whatever it is you have in your head, at least, if you can, just fulfill one request for this old man and
What
his
is
many
that?
mistakes. Please think of imprisonment for them.
I'm not in the habit of executing civilians. This isn't a
Yes,
war zone, and it's not my war zone.
yes, but you were very adamant, at least from what Sammy has told the rest of us, that you are fine with swiftly cutting off the head.
Not me. Eldorf, whatever happens, I hope you do fine.
I'm old, Maxalon. Possibly older than even your father. I've seen my fair share of things. And I fear the best of my years is coming to a close. If you want to step in, you can step in.
That's what my gift was, to just be a joke of just Benny.
I think Max's dad is like 70.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Max's dad is only human. Baldorf is 101.
Yeah, but tieflings only have like an additional 30 years on top of, human years.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's like, I'm possibly even older than your father. It's just like the funny. It's just it's something that tracks a little bit sometimes with longer lived races where they're like, yeah, pretty old, maybe years old. Oh, never mind, forget. And
I'm
it's only
middle-aged. I'm only 132.
I know it's fine.
Fuck
Yeah,
ass elves.
I know.
Imagine.
Yeah, what's called
Imagine.
we're stepping back in for a second and noticing that people are out here eating, getting food, chatting, perhaps.
Casual wave.
Casual wave back. Oh, there you are, Braviki. I thought you stepped away or something.
No, I'm just being quiet.
Yeah, I guess you normally do that, but getting
I talk when talked to. Or if I have something to say.
no, I know. It's just I just didn't notice you. It's good and bad. It has ups and downs, hon.
I'm joking with you, you're fine.
Spooky little asshole.
A little, this fucking tall ass bitch.
I know.
We went from 4'2" to 6'2" overnight.
God, imagine waking up to that the next morning.
Bones
Her
were not
screaming, yeah,
having fun.
screaming and holding your legs.
Everything hurts all the time.
The worst puberty in the world.
Speaking of which, is anybody seen Ink?
Jesus.
Fuck, it's good.
You're summoned.
No, I can't. I don't think I see. I don't think I've seen ink all morning.
Like Max overhears that from the bar and just like chuckle laughs into his michelada. It spills a little bit.
That's concerning, considering what I remember.
Oh, micheladas are breakfast drinks. It's fine.
No,
know,
no,
it's-
no, not the drink. It's just what I remember Ink talking about last night.
Have they come out of their cave of self-righteousness?
Cuddle, what is Ink up to right now?
I know.
Oh,
It's
I'm
kind of
still
hard.
waiting for that history roll result.
But that's for a later
Yep.
thing.
That's for a later thing.
I don't know. Probably. Who was it I met who was holding up the changelings again? I kind of forgot.
Well, the entire family is holding up the changelings, but the ones putting focus on the experimentation are Tiana and Piper.
Oh, I thought it was Veronica, but okay.
No, Veronica was there just to make sure that everything was kept in order. Because again, she does look over everything. She does look over operations.
Yeah, she's the
Okay.
info lady.
Hey, Ink, did you put your mic in the other room?
Yes.
No, the info lady is Violet.
You have to bring it close.
I brought it closer.
Did I?
You gotta get it close there.
So
Okay, thank you, drive-through employee.
Jesus Christ.
20-piece chicken nugget.
Yes, I did order a 10-piece chicken McNugget.
I said 20, you fool. You're not
And
good
you're
at
not even-
deciphering drive-through employees.
and you didn't even
I am not. I'd rather just get my fucking food, and if I have a problem, I'm gonna storm inside and fucking start.
No, you're
Start
not,
crying.
because minimum wage workers deserve better than that. You shouldn't be a bad person.
yeah.
As
I'll go
someone
inside and
who's
start
been on
crying.
the other side, please don't do that.
Also, a 20 piece is only like 50 cents more than a 10 piece. Why aren't you getting a 20 piece?
Because I'm not gonna eat all of them, dog. And I'm
Dude,
not
Hope
reheating
you know
that
I'm
shit.
just. I hope you know I'm just fucking joking. By the way.
You
I know.
die about it.
Okay, so guys,
Anyway,
I wish I lived in the
writing that
South so
down.
that I could get that 40 piece and a gallon of sweet tea.
isn't gonna come down or show their face to the rest of the party in this scene, or
They will get up.
Making my way downstairs.
They'll go. They'll just.
Walking fast, self-righteous.
Oh shit.
Oh god, Ink fell down the
the
stairs.
fuck was that?
It was through the
That was the
beat.
sound of Ink falling down the stairs.
Damn.
Is that Peter Griffin falling down the stairs or like that?
No, the dun. I was making a funny of that.
You did a bad job.
It was
Anywho.
purposely bad.
That's what they all say.
Anyway, moving forward.
Moving on. I know.
Die
Just got
about it.
people sitting having the food. It seems.
Everyone's.
Yeah, everyone's having conversations. Podorf is having a small conversation with Max, and Ravik is just catching up with Benny and
Mhm.
Beaker.
Shins will
just
not
kinda Looks
survive.
at Benny, looks at Paldorf, and looks at Benny.
Oh, whatever.
And I just what?
So you
So
actually do maid
yeah,
services.
Nate's just literally just fucking going down the stairs.
I know. Looking over, throwing the up nod. Mouthful of egg
Yeah, you get the
sauce
driver.
tortilla.
You get the driver wave from Max. Just a little. Hey.
Oh, there they are.
The fucking truck, the driver wave.
Yeah, the driver wave. It's where you uncurl your fingers from the wheel and put them up in the air.
I
Hey,
mean, the massive amount of disrespect.
well, you haven't earned any, so.
Damn!
Okay, we're moving on. Anyway, so
I didn't
and
even
nothing
have
else.
a chance to do anything.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. We're moving on so that way you can do something. Like, are you gonna say something? Or are you just gonna keep like? All right, you walk down the
You
stairs.
know, I know, but you know Flunky is a snippy bitch. You know this.
And
Anywho,
like,
Ink,
and you ain't either.
You set them up, I knock them down.
Hello, pessimism
that's
and
how.
pessimism.
But yeah, Ink goes down. Get some whatever's the good local breakfast of choice.
It's
Dog, anything.
chilaquiles.
Anything down
It is
here, dog.
chilaquiles.
It's all balling.
And it's all balling, yeah.
All
You
ballin'.
there in salt?
Some
What the
some
fuck
fucking
is the
frijoles.
Fucking Max is eating ceviche.
Say that again. Hold on. Say that again.
Frijoles
Frijoles.
and fajitas?
Oh
Okay,
my.
don't say that one. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I can't say fajitas on stream.
Okay, well,
Is
like that,
Twitch
yeah.
racist?
He is. Damn, Cap. I didn't know you.
Can we
Oh my fuck.
please not go
We're
into that
moving
Alright,
on.
divergent
I know,
topic again?
We're having fun. Have you heard of it?
Vagina.
Uh,
Okay, I tried.
up,
Anyway,
up, up,
continue.
up.
Okay, we're good now. So yeah, Ink's moving their way downtown. I'm just gonna sit with the others and have some foodies.
Quick in character
So,
question for
House.
Benny here. Do you care about table
So-
manners?
A little bit. Depends. Are you making a fucking mess?
Are
No,
you
he's
in her
not making a
section?
mess. He's just eating really fast. Because
Okay,
he
that's
likes the
fine
food.
then. That's
why'd you
fine.
need?
Just don't make a fucking mess. It's all Benny cares about here.
He was raised a noble. He might be part goblin, but you know, he was raised a noble. He's not gonna make a mess.
Is Bravigi doing Bravigi things again?
Probably. He's just been sitting there and talking, and I think the last thing he said to Benny was, "So you do maid services? Interesting."
Max leaves like a spot of sauce on the table just because he know it drives Benny crazy.
Fucking asshole. Actual legitimate asshole. Holy
I
shit.
know. It's fine. We're elbowing him in the fucking rib. It's not like if it was on accident, just like a slight it would be all it would take was a single wipe.
No,
But
he
it's
does
because
this
it's on
every
purpose.
time. It's a running
It's because
gag.
it's on purpose. It's because it's on purpose that it is rewarded. It is rewarded with violence.
So,
You know, I'm developing a callus in that spot.
You know, I think it'll save your life one of these days.
One of these days, right?
what? Okay, calluses aside.
What?
Domo arigato, Mr.
Mr.
Roboto.
Roboto.
Domo.
I know. Oh my god, it's so sad that the fucking Decepticons have kidnapped Cap.
Beaker, hang on. Let me fix your voice module again.
They're killing
Anywho,
him.
So,
Moidling.
so what are y'all doing today?
Well,
You know, I most of my day free. I've got a dinner tonight, but that's about it.
Yeah, but as long as I also don't miss that dinner, I'm pretty much open for whatever you have in store for today.
I'll
There goes our DM.
probably
And
check
there's-
in with Theo at some point.
yeah, that'd be a good idea. You know,
Just gotta
probably gonna
look
walk
at
around.
both of them, like, and give that face of, "Are you fucking seriously talking about them right now in front of the fucking person?"
Theo's a name. Theo's a name people say. It's not like I said, I'm going to have a meeting with the rebel leader to overthrow this country. I said I'll check in with
Hello?
Theo.
Yeah.
Hello?
Is
Oh, there he
hello.
is.
I'm about to say, am I still caught by Decepticons?
No,
No,
Nope.
you're
Seems
fine.
like you're good.
Okay, then.
you got Shia
I
LaBeouf.
did not know, sorry. Which, anyway, Paldorf's last thing as he finishes Hermosa is just going to look at. Is there anything you have planned for today? As I'm just going to wait for Miss Benarif to finish. And we will
So
be
we
on our way.
repeat to cap everything we just said.
I know. Yeah, no,
Or wait.
we were
We're basically
just
just
chat here, just chat here and there. I was gonna finish this and go walking around Palador for a little while, but I do wanna come back for a thing or two. Ink. Actually, I guess should also ask you, Ibervig. We had something of a check-in last night, but like we also didn't. So I just wanted to see how everything's been going for everyone, because each day here's been eventful.
oh yeah. Things have been real eventful over the past couple of days.
Yeah, call
Oh
it instinct.
yeah. Just, I mean, it hasn't been all bad. I've acquired a new thing to mess around with.
There's a Neko Man.
Hello.
Hey,
Boy.
Neko.
As long as he doesn't shoot somebody and keep shooting stationary targets, he'll be fine.
I can learn to hit a moving target, you know. I mean, I've done it with an arrow. I'm pretty sure I can learn how to do it with one of these.
We'll do some more practice rounds in the desert.
Desert's a real good idea.
I need you to understand that this is significantly more dangerous than an arrow.
I am aware. I saw what happened to the cactus.
And
It's like,
you've seen me do things with them.
Yes, but admittedly,
Not
the
great.
thing that I'm using is bigger.
So
Which is why we need more practice.
So I have a question for y'all.
Look at it. You've got the safety off. You're going to blow your foot off.
Mad gunmen aside, who would be the more level-headed that can hear my issue?
Hi.
I'll be level-headed.
Just Max and Vicky immediately say something.
No, Max is trying. He just had a conversation with Benny. He's going to keep
Ricky just says
everything in
hi.
check.
Listen, I know I'm not really the trustworthy person, but I want to trust you with something.
Out of character. Understatement of the year. Back to in character.
Okay, shut the
Understatement of
fuck
the
up. I just have Ink slap Flunky, the person with a tentacle, and take a picture of it, put it online. Anywho,
And there's Zero.
Hey.
so
Everybody's here.
Hello.
they're just looking at their coffee as
How
they
did you
go,
know what I was doing?
I know everything about you because I'm your biggest fan.
Not the weirdest interaction I've had.
And also
Anyway,
also so there's some changelings being held up by this family, and normally I would have just rushed out recklessly alone to go deal with that, but I wanted to ask for help proper.
Is Powder still in the room? Or did he take
no,
his leave?
he's waiting outside for her.
Okay, thank
He's
God.
waiting outside for when Ben. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I already told you I was going to assist you.
well, I didn't ask everyone.
To catch Neko and Zero up to speed, Benny and Max just had a almost like just catching up from the events of the last few days. And Podorf has come down from the 3rd level to meet with Benny for the day. And now Ink is going to start explaining about the potential, well, more than likely, hostage rescue of his people.
Mm. I'm gonna. Anywho. So yeah. That was the reason I was a little short-tempered last night with that what's her name again?
Theo.
Tio.
So when are you planning to do this?
Oh, probably depends on what I want to ask you all what I should do. Try to do this with an iota of diplomacy. Maybe ask them to release them. Or I will literally, and I make no hyperbole, tear a bloody path in there.
Frankly, I think that if you're going to try and tear a path, which don't should do, we should do this stealthily. I think it would be better to do it at night.
And there's the issue. I've already gotten plans for tonight.
Well,
We
there
do
you
have plans for tonight, and Ink, I don't want to reinforce this, but like Theo said, when everyone is freed, everyone will be freed.
Pardon that I don't care to just leave them there. And then
So, quick question, Ink. What kind of situation is it that they're in?
locked in cages like animals being
That yes,
tortured.
tortured. Okay. So a couple things. How do you know that?
They pretty much paraded them in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know why they didn't toss me in the cage. Maybe because they thought I was under
Because they don't want to
some
piss Max
protection.
off.
Because it's bait. You're going to go there and get captured.
Yeah, but
You can carve
Yeah,
a
I
bloody
think
swath all you want, but I think that this is bait, and I don't
that's
think
why.
it's going to end well. Ink, I'd help
uh,
you if I could, but I do have other things going on. I don't think you should do this.
yeah, I think there might be a couple conversations to be had. I think finding out specifics is a good idea.
A floor plan would be nice.
So specifics on how many are there? Where are they? Are they all together?
Guard
I,
rotations.
And
oh, I have a
how
way
many
to.
are there is a very big thing. If it's small and
I have a way to get right back to them. Not a pleasant way, but it is a way.
no, if it's
Can I reiterate
not
the trap point?
trap aside, this it could be a trap. Depends on how well, even if it's likely a trap. If there's a situation which they can all get out, and also that's the fucked ass thing about the situation here in the desert. There's a whole lot of hostile land between here and anywhere. So freedom ain't even freedom until it is.
It, I
But the iteration of freed when they're freed. Uh, Considering the torture part, I think for a second, depending on who specifically is doing it and why, I think a conversation could be had at some point. If freedom ain't an option for a bit, We'll see when it can be. But right now we're trying to juggle a bunch of things. And a partial success might end in a tragedy depending on how fucking bad it is. And we don't want anything to fucking sink down the drain.
I don't want you to think that we're shutting you down completely. I do want to help these people, but I don't think it's the time. We free them and then what? Hide them in the desert? It's hard to survive out there. We can't hide them here. And then it turns everyone against us pretty much immediately.
I could always talk to that boss, man.
Yeah, as I said, I think there's a conversation to be had somewhere.
Sh-
Before trying a jailbreak, I think there's a conversation to be had.
Ink is looking visibly fidgety and restless.
I don't think
Fine.
it's going to be an easy conversation. And while this is going to sound mighty hypocritical, you need to keep a cool head.
Yeah, that's mighty hypocritical. Not gonna lie there.
Honestly,
That's why he said that.
With how I understand
Alright.
this family, if you want something done by them, you're gonna have to offer them something in return.
Alright. Well, I really, really don't want to just spend all day spinning my wheels. So I'm just probably gonna go up and ask him now.
I
So
mean, if you
anyone-
want, I could assist you. I mean, I got nothing better to do. My dancing job at the other tavern is not going around anytime soon. Tavern's being renovated.
Oh fuck,
I
when did
too
you
will
get
s-
here?
I too have nothing to do.
Oh fuck, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time.
We were fucked. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Either way,
It's
yes.
just like
If you're
two of the
going
tallest
now,
women just appear.
yeah, if you're going now
Yes.
during the day, yes, I can assist you. If you need to wait for night, then I apologize. I will be preoccupied.
Well, if anyone wants to come with me to talk to, what was his name? Serval?
It's
Serval?
It's Cervantes. It's not that hard.
Alright.
Is he the one in
They
charge of
don't-
the place?
That's the literal boss. We met him.
Fair enough.
The guy who was wearing the shirt.
Ink, you and I both know I remember a lot of things. Speaking of which, I might look into getting a notebook.
I'm proud of you, Bravigi.
Just one gold piece if you're ever just gonna buy one.
Yeah.
So, yep, they're gonna down their coffee, finish their food, and slap their face. And then we're fucking going up
If-
there.
Yeah, if you're going right now, then I'm not going with, but I do over a number of things. I think there's something I wanted to talk about with the folks in general. Actually, guess I'll ask Palador when I head outside. If you want to go and try to talk to him yourself, just don't.
Don't do it, Max.
Honestly, yeah. Actually, I was actually gonna say that, like, sort of in so many words.
Alright, so
I was gonna say, if it seems like you're losing right now, as of right now, just take it. Can always negotiate or talk later again. But if you try to fight without anything to show for it, it might just be bad for folks who are in trouble.
Alright, I'll just wait for you, Benny.
All right. Well, I appreciate it because I think a few of us are a little prouder than we think we are. And on matters when it's not us that's at stake, or not you yourself that is at stake and someone else, you gotta put that weight down. But yeah, I wanna, as a thing, I do want to talk to these, be it Cervantes or maybe a few of them again, because
I did keep the
it's
card to get us up there.
yeah, and that works out. It's not a secret.
They know who we are.
They're well, not know who we are. They're high on their own supply. They're big on being big, and well, shit's gonna change. Shit's gonna change, and it'd be good for them to maybe learn a thing or two.
This is why, believe it or not, I can handle myself in a social situation.
As you guys are trying to debate all of this, you just get interrupted by the voice. Shall we all get going then? As Potter enters back into the tavern.
I
Oh,
still,
I was about to
I,
head out.
It's
I
alright.
still,
I was got a little bit impatient, but that's quite
Yeah.
fine.
no
Apologies.
offense.
It's alright.
No,
I also apologize. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I am here, and if all you wish to come together to solve this issue, then I could take you there myself.
Exactly how long were you standing there?
A few minutes.
including the bloody swath part.
Bloody what?
Never mind.
No, just some fool ass talk. Yeah, sorry. I appreciate it, Paldorf. If you would for a bit, we can sooner we get it done, sooner we can walk around, right?
Definitely.
I was gonna I was gonna ask Waldorf, if I was gonna talk to someone about a weapon here. Do you know who to be? I'd be talking to. Just kind of setting up. Let's call it setting up the quick putting together of like dishes. Let's call it dishes.
Are you speaking in terms of you wanting to look for a blacksmith, or just someone who could exchange with you some weapons?
Maybe more of an exchange sort of bit. Maybe a blacksmith sort of bit. But I'm guessing. I guess I was more or less asking. I'm guessing the Bloodspades get probably among the best weapons that's available here in the city. I wanted to see where they got their shit from.
Well,
Because
Tiana does manage the warehouses with most of our armory and weaponry. Though, if you're wanting to speak as to who makes all of our weapons, I did overhear, and apologies, Maxilon, but I do get notice of everything. I did overhear that Maxilon was wanting to have a dinner with our contacts and others that I've raised into this family. The inventors.
If they have weaponry I'm interested in.
I don't blame you. Gayo and Angela are very brilliant creators, and Skylar's designs are top notch.
Hmm.
Like I said, son, if you are wanting to make amends with at least someone, at least do it with those three, since they don't really come by as often. They mostly spend their time in their factory.
I'm not saying this to Peldorf, but that was my plan already. I don't need him to reiterate that.
Ah, okay.
Well, at least I got the information. Who looks over the weapon warehouses? I'm saying that out of character.
I can't believe it. Once again.
There goes the frog.
Frog disappears.
Rest in piss.
Damn, man. How could you have done
I was gonna say, so everyone ready?
It's all
Yeah, I'm ready.
So just gonna quickly fast forward as you guys are taken up back to the 3rd level into the stronghold, being led by Podorf. The only thing is that you are not going to be meeting in the council room. You're gonna be meeting into like a almost like a board meeting kind of room with the 5 of them in there, along with Violet, and you all walk in with Podorf. You see that on a nearby wall, they have several diagrams played out with finances and business ideas and such.
Be immediately memorizing most of that shit.
You do that, boy.
I can't.
Fucking copy paste this stock image.
He
All
can't
right.
help it. He looks at things and he just starts remembering.
I just asked Paldarf. So, question. Who does your hair? Looks actually nice. Very
Who are you asking
dignified.
that question to?
Paldorf. Just making small talk.
Mystique usually helps get me ready for the day.
You are looking particularly good today.
Thank you.
Give our man's compliments.
Meanwhile, the others look over to you guys all like, Padorf, is there any reason why you brought along the heroes?
Okay. Heroes.
It was upon request. A nice thing to do. Was gonna see about chatting with, well, at least one of you. But is it all of them here?
All 5 of them are here, at least the more powerful ones, and Violet, the one who has info on all you guys.
Let's see. So, yeah, it was well, I suppose some more of a favor, but more of a favor. But I suppose there was a few things we thought should be spoken about. A few questions, this and that. Guess if y'all would have a bit of time out of your busy day, we can go ahead and find a place to start. Be a
Well,
fruitful
after
could be a fruitful conversation as well as other things.
They look at each other for a moment. We'll spare the time. Go ahead, indulge.
Good. First, actually, I had just something of a selfish question first. Amongst y'all, well, first of all, amongst y'all, who would y'all say knows their way around a weapon best?
And that's Tiana giggling to herself. I mean, I am the one who manages all our storage with weaponry. So by all means,
Oh,
I have the most expertise when it comes to wielding many weapons.
that's good. Because I wanted to
Oh,
had a bit of money and also had a bit of this and that. I wanted to ask where a girl could find maybe a halberd or a pike. I have weapons, but they're a little on the plain side, so
Hmm. Oh, so something like mines, and she goes ahead and reaches to the back and kind of uh parades around with uh her glaive.
Her Vicky
oh, what's
golf
that?
claps.
So yeah, maybe something like that. Something long, hefty, and some sharp, either on a side or on the end. What's so special about that one?
Well, you're wanting by special, you're meaning you're wanting to have something with a bit of a magic property attached to it, no?
Absolutely. I got plenty of good weapons. I got sharpen a weapon, but I'm not gonna call a weapon boring, but the magic it can do a little more, right?
Perhaps, but I'm not really
Perhaps.
much of the I'm not really much of the magic type, you see. I can give you and provide you what it is that you want, but me personally, this is just my weapon of choice just for the things that it can do. Have reach, devastating devastating damage, slice,
Who
impale.
is the most
Oh,
magically inclined?
oh, you can go on, and you're preaching to the choir. It's kind of like a tap to like the sword on your shoulder. This here's this here's a knife that everyone should carry around, but actually, actually also specialize in heavy pole arms. But so is there nothing special about it then?
Well, the only reason being is because I myself see me as my own weapon.
Yeah, but you can always, that's fine. I was gonna say, ain't no need to turn down something just because you can already do, because you already do this and that. But if that's the case, so
Getting to pointing to my question.
yeah, if that, then I guess that would go back to the question. Then is where can a girl find something that might have either a little extra oomph or does something fun?
Again, I could take you to the warehouse, and if you wish for something, we could go ahead and make a deal on it.
Yeah, I'd be willing to make a deal. That's just first thing I wanted to start off with. Like I said, something selfish, but might as well get might as well get some little steady on the way.
Though, Cervantes, if I may, I did make mention of the factory. And Cervantes kind of looks a bit baffled, but then kind of shakes his head. Now, Podorf, I don't know why you even made mention of the factory when you know those three keep their location a secret. Well, yes, but if we can make deals, perhaps something more personal would be a better nice touch. Yes, Tiana does have expertise with wielding weapons, though if Miss Benarif wishes for a weapon a bit more to her personal taste, perhaps the maker would be better for us to negotiate with.
The maker. Sounds like an interesting moniker.
Well, we have been told that one Zarestri here will be having dinner with my best friend and her lovers. So perhaps a further deal could be discussed with them later tonight.
That is the plan.
He stayed in Lytera. Remember, it was just you guys that went on the boat.
Yeah, I
Missed
remember.
I missed that twink.
Can we fucking email him?
Yeah, sending
Like,
spells.
God, I know we
No,
do.
it
You
doesn't
do, but
have.
then again, he did say that he's going to be helping everybody try to rebuild Rockville.
Yeah.
I don't see how getting fucked by big blacksmiths helps rebuild Rockville, but that's just
You don't.
me.
Okay, he
Then
didn't say he was doing that. He said he was going to.
An
The
awkward
fuck?
shrug.
Why was that the first thing that came into? I even said what he was going to do. He
Because
was going to actually.
that's the characterization you gave him.
I mean, it
These
was
are
Not gonna
your
lie.
actions.
he was making interesting deals for materials.
Yeah, not gonna
These
lie.
these are your actions, Cap, not mine.
Anyway,
The bed you've made.
Unforeseen
miss-
consequences.
But
any other
Anywho,
questions?
The
yeah,
dildo
the
of
weapon.
consequences rarely arrives lubed.
I know weapons. I think is a nice topic. It's a nice conversation, honestly. Yeah, sure, big old nasty bloody thing, but I think it's nice for our purposes.
I do love
The
talking
next,
about weapons.
it is really nice. Next one I think might be a little bit more important. So I know Flargos does things in certain ways here, and cut out this slice of Flargos out here. There's
Mm-hmm.
you guys have what is it, changelings here? Some are in prison for some reason.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's. I think it was something that was going to be worth talking about.
Or you just gotta look at how they are all responding to that.
so we
Whatever
think
do you mean?
Well, was it something of a bragging situation about it? But it's playing coy about it's cute and all. But
And
I was
mildly
gonna,
annoyed. I'm sorry.
yeah. But I was gonna ask, what's the point? What's there to gain?
Yeah, we do kind of know about that already.
We can talk in circles about it here and there.
I'd rather us get to the point.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask, what's the point?
Information, knowledge.
As
Since
to what?
everything that we're since everything that's happening with what's been coming out of the heart and the world, just whatever little bits and pieces we can gather.
Have you tried
You,
asking?
yeah, I was supposed to say, and you think they know anything?
And I know
Their
they're hard to talk to.
They've been mostly thieves of our businesses.
Well, they are
Oh,
technically
oh
refugees.
no,
So,
people trying to survive.
yeah. So people are gonna do that when they can't survive, and you know, take what you need. I'm sure y'all know about that, and y'all know about setting an example. But if they're stealing from you, don't y'all have use of thieves?
I know I would.
I'm
Especially
just
since
wondering where you guys came to the conclusion we're imprisoning them and doing ill by them was an efficient choice, a choice that's smart.
They look
Whose
through
idea
each
was it?
other. And then Violet raises her hand. It was mine. Again, don't really have much knowledge about the heart. Figure it'd be best to, along with punishment.
Ruby, he's gonna
So,
speak up and
but
be like, "So let me get this straight. You, the person who's in charge of all the information here, thought that the asset of somebody that can literally look like anybody and get you any information you want was something you wanted to torture?"
yeah, not to. I know you seem like an efficient lady, but that doesn't seem like a very efficient decision.
Also, I don't think that it would be like I don't think it would be wise to question changelings about the heart of the world. Not all of them would know that knowledge, right?
What little I know about it, anybody that gets out of there wants to fucking stay out of there.
It is a horrible place.
Exactly. So if you escape there, you're probably the only information you know is, well, just, hey, I don't want to be there. There's bad shit there. Which, honestly, if they're escaping, it's just going to be a repeat of information. So again, torturing is kind of a mute point.
So what you're asking is that you want us to free them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in so many words, I think it's a terrible fucking thing to have continued done in the first place. But the St. My City. But I will say, I don't think it's a very smart idea to keep them like that.
Ink, do you have anything to say about this?
Cuddles?
Sorry.
Ink?
This is your moment. I'm
I
trying
know.
to get you involved with the story.
I know.
They've
Ink's
been
over there quaking.
I have all this
behind
seething rage.
Like justifiably, but
behind them. Ink's been prepping a spell,
Oh God, no.
I
but
know Ink just said he's good at he's like I can hold myself in like a social situation.
what if I could offer you something on top of what changelings could do to you?
Go on.
I'm sure you've seen. What color are their blood?
The black blood, yes.
Well, I can offer you something and I can prevent something. The black blood is always a risky thing to just leave well alone. And once you push in someone to their absolute breaking point with it, bad things happen. You have currently a whole bunch of bad things waiting to happen if you keep them locked up like that. But if you release them, I could possibly teach them to be an incredible benefit. Not just usual changeling things, but actually how to actually harness the black blood.
Head tilt?
Also, head tilt. Curious about this.
Even Arya's curious about this.
Everybody collectively,
You want to see what someone with black blood can do?
Hmm.
You want But more importantly, do you want them to eventually tear out of their cages and start going on a destructive wild spree? Because I promise you, I am very sure one of them is liable to snap at any moment.
All right, you have our interest.
Is that you? Music?
All you gotta do is just release them, let me talk to them, and I could possibly avert an even worse disaster. Because I already know that it's really no coincidence they're here. In fact, I think they were planned to be here. And who exactly wanted you to round them up, since you understand little about them. I think it's not that stretch of logic you didn't consider this too. I mean, why?
Cervantes, the lot of you. Just be rational about this. Just
don't be rash.
Don't be rash.
Don't be rash. And they all take a moment to think about. We will go ahead and make a deal on this incubi, but same as with what there's something that we wish for you to do for us.
Yep. I would expect you'd want something.
Now, I think I'll go and say I think something within reason, because you guys are actually gaining something from this, anyways.
And
you guys are holding on to a bad situation.
it,
He's already offering something good.
but
So what else does he have to do?
Which yes, this is important, as we just received word that one of our own is currently being captured by another force somewhere out there in Flargos.
Huh?
One of you? How is that possible?
Well, someone from Soot, I'm guessing.
Another pair of friends.
And get them back.
He nods. Our last known sighting of them have been around this area. So he points to a nearby map of Soot, and he marks an area closer towards the center of Flargos, where the sun at its highest peak is its most harshest. But there appears to be a strange area. There appears to be something strange about this area with how it's marked or how it's sketched out on the map.
Yeah, take a look at that.
I'm gonna look at it as well.
Cervantes explains their last known location was through the geyser fields.
Oh, joy.
Razor Fields. Not
If you could
sulfur.
just ensure us that they be brought back to us, both of them, we will go ahead and release the changelings.
What do they look like?
Other tieflings, one taller than the other one.
Any specific color or?
Well, quite the varied bunch, so description should
Yeah,
it
hold
should be
on.
kind of easy to manage.
Looking at the notes.
I'm stealing your notes, Cap.
Don't steal my notes.
Already stolen. I'm also putting Modrons in Stag's house.
What is with you and Modrons?
Because the spouse likes Modrons too.
One black and one gray.
One black, one gray. Is there any, like, were they wearing any specific kind of clothing?
So the black one, he is our friend and infiltrator by the name of Liam. And the gray one, Alex. The two of them are like a two-man army almost.
Okay.
But we have them seek out any sort of small gangs that interfere with our operations outside of Sut.
Like, Alex and Liam. But did they have any specific clothing on them, like a bandana or glasses?
Alex is a monk. He wears traditional robes. And Liam is a paladin. You'll be able to notice him from his heavy armor. If he still has it, that is.
Alright, put it down and see. Pretty much.
Cool.
Lucy kind of nods. Like, okay.
They do a kind of gesture with a tendril. Cool. So who do you think might have, captured them?
We're not sure of that. Only thing we do know is that our spies have said that area went dark for a couple minutes and then everything just any sign of life just vanished.
See, and not. So no real clues on that. Okay.
Bree's putting some things together. Said everything went dark and then they vanished.
Probably had to be some sort of magical effect in order for that to happen.
Could be the fact that there's been a shadow going across Fargos.
That's what I was thinking about. Well, If we have
Boy.
terms, at least on that, is there anything else you would like to ask us about?
Uh, there's a few things.
Name them.
Well, let's see here. We're gonna be going there and dealing with some dangerous things. Ink's doing something for you. You know how I am. I usually want something in return.
What do you want? We already promised the information on your father, but name your terms.
Also, we're gonna discuss a cut for something as the other day, but also I don't know, maybe something to make sneaking around a little easier.
I guess. We'll have you look through the warehouse at a different time. Unless, like Podolf suggested, you want something personally made for yourself.
I could possibly discuss that at a later time with them. Warehouse looking in is fine. After all, I'm already risking, my neck for a lot of things.
So, and they start like listing everybody off. So, like Ink, Bervigi, Benarif, anything that you lot want, as Cervantes addresses Max, Lucy, and Beaker.
Lucy doesn't exactly have anything that she wants to say right now. Nothing comes to her right now. She's more focused on helping.
Baker pipes up with saying, I think you know what I would like, Paldorth.
Right. Bervigi did meet his end of the deal, and you lot, like I taught you, must live up to your ends of deals. Veronica, is she still in captive? Last I check, just being held up in a cage like a bird. Then I guess it'll be fine if you take Beaker over to see her then. Fine.
Beaker. Okay.
Nothing you need to worry about for Vicky. I'm sure they can keep their word.
I'm more so just making sure you keep yourself out of trouble.
Too many Veronicas.
There's only 2 Veronicas, my god. And I also forgot her name.
Cap. Too many Veronicas.
Fuck you.
Veronica Stardust, Veronica. This one. So many Veronicas.
There's only 2.
There's
So many
5 of them.
Veronicas.
Veronica
you mean?
shit ass. Dude, there were like 5 Veronicas throughout all of Fatebreakers. Remember?
Okay, well that was from before. This is new Fatebreakers.
Cap legally made them change all their names from Veronica.
The Veronica Harmonica. I hate you. Anyway.
Mexican, he'll just kill them.
Veronica Harmonica is pretty good.
that is really good.
No, that's a
That's funny.
baller name.
That's a good instrument. That's a good instrument. Like an instrument store for bards.
Anywho,
Yeah.
looks
Well,
like
if there's nothing else that any of you would want to discuss.
I guess, like I said, the weapon thing was something personal, something I'm willing to pay for and or do something aside. As far as helping out in this sort of thing, Same thing. I guess it'd be more looking through armories and looking through what people can. Just looking for gear. Because big things are coming, and well, like I said, it seems like specifics can be hashed out later. Saving someone seems just fine to us.
Very well. And he nudges Sammy a bit, and Sammy was like, "What? There's more things we need to cover for our end of the bargain." All right, fine, I'll do it. And Sammy goes over to a nearby wall, and behind a painting, you see a safe. Sammy looks back before putting in the code at the lot of you.
Guys, should
Oh.
I steal that code?
I do a perception to see the code.
I just fucking subtle cast detect thoughts.
Do you want me to use my passive or actually roll?
I know you.
Oh.
You see, that's exactly what the fuck we're talking about. By like, why don't
This
people
is-
trust me?
Subtle cast means you don't see shit, so you have no reason. You just assume.
Okay, well,
shit.
I guess you will be fine with subtle casting it, since no one will take notice of it. But if anyone's gonna actively perceive, then yeah, roll perception.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a perception, but I know that in my heart, Ink is ontologically evil.
He's yeah.
I rolled an 11. It's fine. I
I'm
don't need
Yeah,
to
that
know the
is-
code since we have Mr. Broken can do everything over here.
Who?
Well, you're only performance for.
Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing.
Lucy does
Oopsie.
a sweet strip show and gives everybody advantage.
Hell yeah.
I was about to
Sorry,
say,
my bad.
She's playing to keep them distracted looking
my,
up.
uh,
My
my
bad, I was
percep-
too sexy. I dropped a pen on the ground.
Whoops, my bad.
Ooh.
My perception is a 9 instead of an 8. So.
All right, I'll just change.
28.
Okay, yeah, then I would say that
Oh, look, a copper.
Bervigi. So everybody will turn around, but like just turning your heads at like a slight angle to where you could look back, and then just Ink just before you turn around, you have a link with a temporary link with Sammy, and the code it's a 3-digit code is 36 7.
You better be writing this down.
21. And he opens it, and from within he fetches a pouch, a small pouch, to which he as he closes the safe and puts the painting back up. All right, you can I'll turn around now.
Okay.
And he waves the bag over to you, Bervigi, and tosses it your direction.
We'll catch it. And then look inside of it.
Who the fuck is Selenor?
A shit ass.
Oh,
Jiraki,
He's like
did you write
Santa
down?
Claus if he was creepy and
yes,
weird.
I wrote down the code. It was 36721.
Thank you.
Bervigi, you have been thrown about. It's a small bag, but it is a decent cut, as you've been paid 10 platinum pieces.
Thank you.
I'll
Wait,
mention
now-
it. You do see that even with Tiana earlier being a bit boasting about her expertise, you do see that a lot of them are pretty tired, which is not much like them.
Hey. We all noticed that?
Yeah, you all know that they seem like the 5 of them minus Violet and Paldorf seem to be very like haggard almost.
Are you guys good?
Look like you need a nap.
It's never an easy day that goes by, so just things need to be watched over for, says Veronica as she stretches out. And besides that, it's
Would you
not really
want some
much to worry about. We'll take care of things anyway.
want some weed?
I'm going to say this out of character. I think it's a good thing that they look tired. I hope these people have a bad time.
Bro
I just-
says, I hope you
I hope
sleep
it gets
without a
worse for
pillow."
them, actually.
I hope you sleep without a pillow and that your room is
Insert
cold.
insert the clip of the misses are like, if I was having a bad time, would you guys be there for me? Nope. Absolutely not.
No.
These
Like,
the goons.
I hope there are bed bugs in your sheets.
Cap,
I
you have,
offer
you have introduced these as inherently terrible people. I hope their day gets
It's a
worse.
gang. What you expect from me? That's the point.
yes.
I
He's
hope their
doing a
day
good
gets
job.
worse.
He's making a villain that you hate.
Cap.
No,
Cap.
he's trying to make us sympathize with them. Oh, they're tired. We should feel bad with them. No, I hate them. I hope
No,
their day gets worse.
there's things happening, which
Good. I hope
Yeah,
their
it-
day gets worse.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay,
I was to say I wasn't reading a sympathy thing. I was reading. I was like, I wonder what's going on. Well, like, what night hag is stealing their dreams?
I
Yeah,
thought
but
it was a sympathy thing. Oh, they look
It's not a
tired. We should
sympathy
be nice
thing.
to them. No, I hate
you
them.
jump.
The only ones that are sympathetic are just Podorf and maybe Violet, because she's the only one that's not actively engaged in anything except for just admitting that she was the one that had the idea for the torture methods.
Wow, that's real. That's
No,
really.
that's still engaging with the problem.
That's yeah, Cap. Like, biggest cap on
That's
that.
still kind of bad.
But no, it's fine. Changelings aren't people.
Oh no.
Wow.
It was words, then carry out actions.
Typical basic ass human racism.
They're
I'm so
tieflings.
happy I'm a
No,
robot.
I'm talking about.
I
I'm
don't have
talking
no
about
sense
facts.
in any of this.
But anywho, back to the plot.
It
I-
does
back to the
exist in
plot.
fantasy settings.
I'm just
Everybody
gonna
look at elves and dwarves. Anyway,
I
moving
Is
just
there
on.
anything?
I
Is
hold
there
out
anything
one
else
of
that you want to come to terms with?
Ink holds out one of their smokes and goes, "As the Kiddis?"
Then they all kind of look over to Piper, to which Piper
then-
just gives.
Ink instantly dies, which is the only fair reaction to that. He is struck down by the gods themselves.
They shine like
they
a
are-
bright flashlight in his eyes, and you just like ash babies away like.
They are
Stag-
struck down.
You offered them the cigarette, but like they all look to Piper, to which Piper just takes out from within their kimono their own personal really strong.
You just be like, I can smell that shit from here.
Really strong, super powerful, mega weed.
Wait, hold the fucking phone. Kimono?
Yeah.
Have you not seen the image? It's in
I
the
kinda-
it's in the FBR characters.
Yeah, he wears a kimono.
Oh yeah, this fucking weeb.
Kimonos have no
Any-
AC. Kill them. Kill them.
Kill them.
Anyway, Piper just goes like,
Mage armor, bro.
yeah, I understand that you would know what it smells like, considering that you literally messed through my stash.
In my defense, it was unlabeled.
I'm pretty sure it was clearly labeled with my stamp on it, even if it doesn't say what it is. Again, it's our business.
And again,
Can
it led to beneficial circumstances.
Can I have a hit of that?
You gonna be able to handle this, unlike the injection?
All right. Well, if we're actually just done here, just start packing up.
And as you all start exiting the room, Potter is going to say like one more thing for you guys. If you are interested in meeting with or finding the factory, Gail, Angela, and Skylar do not tell us where the factory is. They come whenever they're requested. Though it has been noted that our spies, by Violet's request, know of a Lamia nearby, whichever area the factory may be. Said Lamia is very kept to herself, but she says that she's seen the factory and knows her way around it every now and then. If you wish to have a personal audience after your dinner, then by all means go seek her out. Perhaps a further deal can be struck.
Does she have a name?
Last I recall from what Violet told me, from what the spies have brought back. Hold on. Her name is Samara.
Got it. And particular possible scale color.
Blue.
Thank you.
All right then. Now then. You tell me, Miss Benner, is there anything you would like to do for today?
I think the weapons thing might have been fun, but otherwise, I kind of wanted to see if you wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to see if those places that you liked when you used to walk around. We used to walk around this place more. See how they change. See how they change in your eyes. See how they hold up.
He smiles. Sounds like a good idea. Let us get be on our way then. And to the lot of you, it was good to be in your company. I hope you do manage to have yourselves a wonderful rest of your days.
I actually do a polite bow to Pauldorf.
Arya does as well. No, this is a Fatebreakers Ninjaraki.
I know. I made a joke and everybody's like, huh? And I'm just like, come on, guys.
Figure just gives a nod, waiting
So,
for.
I like
so
Pauldorf.
they
This is
so they will exit the scene. Veronica then comes out. Since I'm still talking with you, Beaker. Beaker.
Beakith.
Hello.
As Veronica steps out and she looks down at you. You ready to go see her?
Yes.
All right then, follow me.
I like how no one questions what Beaker does in his off time.
I
Bro
just
can do what
is-
what he wants to do.
tell him about
More
getting in
than likely,
trouble.
he'll come back and be like, "Hey guys, I might have messed up." And we'll be like,
Beaker
be
is a
like that's our
mystery.
beaker."
I remember when Beaker was just a little bolt.
Oh god, I don't think I've secured the raccoon.
You didn't, and that's what's funny.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway.
No raccoon in this timeline.
All
Damn.
right.
No,
So
I
we're gonna.
mean, I brought him with me, but I didn't put him in anything. I don't know where he is now.
He's
All right. I
he'll
guess
have,
we're gonna do that.
Wow.
Guess
you
we're
should
gonna do
probably
that
find
dinner.
your fucking raccoon.
I guess we're gonna do that dinner scene for the next time since Flunky's off to bed.
Yep. What did we
Alrighty,
learn?
but we're gonna go ahead and continue. And then as they leave the scene, so we got Lucy, Aria, and well, Bravigi, you're gonna join Max later on.
Yeah. I mean,
Is there
if you want
anything
me in
that
the interim, I can be in the interim.
in the what?
The in
In
In the
between.
meantime. The
I
interim,
mean, we have
the
a whole
in-between, the
day
meantime.
before dinner.
Din din.
Yeah. Well, Lucy, Arya, and Ink will be at this time approached by Piper and Sammy.
Just having weed. They just say, "What up?" It's Frog. My beautiful boy.
We thought we indulged the three of you, considering that there are some things that we would like to discuss about if you would like to follow us.
Sure. I've got nothing better to do.
Am
I
I?
am skeptical of this, but all right.
No, literally, I don't have anything else to do today.
And am I? Or is it going to end up with me being thrown into something disgusting?
Look at us. Do we look like we have any sort of power to throw you some at anything in comparison to Tiana?
You look pretty powerful to me.
Magic, yes. Physically, not so much.
Yeah, but magic can make you physical.
Anyway, just follow along.
They follow. If I'm being set up again, I'm going to do something reckless, Cap.
And then, is there anything you wanted to do, Jiraki, during your time before?
I mean,
before
I'm just. Let's see. Who's going where again?
So Veronica is leading 0 away.
Got it.
Podorf is with
Benny.
Sammy and Piper are leading Lucy, Arya, and Ink away. I'm just gonna say that Max is not gonna deal with any of them right now, so he's just gonna walk away and wait till the evening. So that leaves you.
Alrighty, I guess I'm out of the boardroom and just kind of walking around. If any of them do any of them approach me, or am I just free to go wherever?
Well, the remaining ones that stay behind, which is Violet, Tiana, and Cervantes, they let you go. If there's anything you want to ask, you can, but yeah, they'll just be back to trying to figure some things out.
I mean, they've paid their debts to me, and I have things to do for them. Although I think the most thing that Bravigi would do is just kind of look at them for a moment and kind of tilt his head at Tiana for a second because he's finally just having some time to think about things, and he's just for a moment he just kind of is under his breath be like, orange is pretty rare among tieflings, and just keeps walking on.
Christ, and they said I was the one who's gonna fuck up socially.
I mean, he says it quietly, but he keeps going. It's just something he's noticed. If anything, he's gotta go look for the Lamia lady.
Anyway.
Oh, the Lamia lady is gonna be a different thing. It's gonna be a special thing.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
she's not in Sut. Podorf explained that she is somewhere out there in the outskirts.
Oh, I gotcha. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's a mission where the trio don't publicly or even privately disclose where their factory is. They keep that to themselves because they like their privacy.
Gotcha.
But the spies, because they have constant whereabouts about almost everything that goes on in Flargos. They have found a cave that houses a Lamia who does better work around the continent
Well,
herself.
there are two things I could do. I could listen in to see what they're discussing business wise, which probably won't go well, or I could go and kind of, you know, I just remembered something that's got to be important later. Do we have transport to go out in the desert?
No, you just got that sand surfer.
We can just go get ourselves mounts.
Yeah, I might go look into that unless y'all really want me to kind of just eavesdrop on whatever they're talking about, which I can do if you want.
That's up to you. Whatever Berbigi is most likely to do.
Well, considering his friends, I guess, are still nearby and haven't like left yet. AKA Ink and everybody else. He's just gonna, you know, just stay around and listen.
All right then.
You should
So
assassinate the president.
first things first, being with Beaker and Veronica. Beaker.
Hello.
You're being escorted to a far right wing of the stronghold and being led down a spiral staircase. At the same time, you don't have the feeling of, you know, you don't really have senses other than quote unquote sight. You just scan everything and you know where everything is, as well as hearing. But obviously you don't taste. You can't feel. But you can't help. Oh my God, cuddles. Anyway, you can't help
Ignore
but
me.
have this. You can't help but have this like uncertain feeling of dread from Veronica's energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this doesn't change anything between us. You and your little gang have really made a big mess for me to clean up. A lot to salvage last couple of years.
Understandable. The same applies for us. You and your fellows just sometimes couldn't leave us well enough alone. Nearly killed us on more than one occasion, sometimes unprovoked.
You
But
came
that
to us
doesn't mean
first into our city.
we didn't really have anywhere else to go. Not with how Largos is.
You come across a big door to which she unlocks through through a magic spell, and through it you see several empty uh, cages, and eventually you see the same cage that Queenie is in. Hey, wake up! Tap with her cane on the cage. Huh? Ugh. Today's your lucky day. You get to go free.
Hello, Queenie. Beaker just waves.
Beaker, you're still in one piece. I'm glad.
Yep, I completed my assignment. And as I held up my end of the deal, they have to hold up theirs.
For for more magic, she goes ahead and unlocks the cage, to which Queenie just drops to the ground. Watch
And
her landing.
Beaker goes over and supports her up. I think it's time we relocated to somewhere else, Queenie. I don't think we're really welcome here anymore now that our business is done.
Yeah, anywhere but here, please.
All right. Like Beaker supports Queenie with one like shoulder carry. I don't know how to describe that faux thing where you
Yeah, you
where
put
you
the arm over your shoulder and you just help them walk.
walk out. Yeah.
You do so, and you begin heading off to the door. We'll be in touch. There's more, of course. There's more things that we could ask of you.
As long as it doesn't end up with me dead, I could consider it.
Sorry, I didn't mean
We
for
shall
that to
see.
come through.
Beaker having criminal talks without anyone around.
Just is Beaker sharing conspiracy theories?
Nah. I guess Beaker is going to tell Queenie. All right, Queenie, come on. It. I need to introduce you to the people that found me.
Can we do it maybe a different time, Beaker? I I've not had the best recovery with what they've done to me.
Mm, of course. Let's get you to a bed. We actually have one of those now.
Wow, we have a bed. Don't have to rely on bedrolls no more.
Nope.
That sounds nice. Have you seen the others?
I know where Gums and Torpedo are.
Are they with you? Are they here?
No, they're in Lytera.
Oh, so they didn't make it with the rest of us. I see.
What?
Do you not remember what happened with our last heist?
We were. We were. Can. Can I, Cap, could I do a little brain thing to see if I can recall
Roll
more
history.
details than last time?
Roll history.
Let us see how well this brain boy works. Eh, lit
What'd you get?
12.
12. The only thing you can remember is that you were trying to escape. There was an explosion and it caused you guys to be separated. You mostly, as you fell from the carriage that you were riding in down a ravine.
We were falling to our deaths, last I remember, honestly.
Well, you were at the edge of the carriage that we were riding in, but maybe once I'm better, I could explain a bit more to you.
Of course, of course. Come on, let's go. And Beaker is gonna exit though.
You still feel that sense of dread. Again, you're an automaton, you're a machine. You're not really supposed to have these sort of feelings, but You know, as if you're still being looked down on very menacingly. You look back and it looks like no one's there.
Hmm. Beaker just, well, if he had eyes, he'd be glaring at his surroundings. But he just swivels his head around and just keeps, it just keeps going. Queenie and tow.
All right, then. That was where we will leave off Beaker and Queenie.
And this is where I'm gonna hop off. Have a good
Have a
night,
good
y'all.
one.
Good night, buddy. All right, we're gonna end off last with Lucy, Arya, and Ink.
I was just telling everyone a story.
What's the story?
I've been to a place where the rain falls upwards.
Really? What's that like?
Weirdly beautiful to see it sprinkle across the sky.
Hmm.
I think it was part of some old, long forgotten kingdom. Probably doesn't even have anyone remembers the name anymore. But the rain still falls upwards.
Well, whatever it was, I don't think it had much of a purpose. It was abandoned.
Ascending rain. That's interesting, says Sammy. Only thing interesting about here, at least when it comes to rain, is just the lack of rain. And even if we do have rain, rain here feels like acid with how hot it is. Rain so.
Unfortunately. That's why
Mm-hmm.
water is so valuable.
Indeed.
If you ever wanted to, I could take you to where the rain falls upwards.
That's an interesting proposal, but
Especially since it sounds like we're going to be going into the heart in order to see that.
maybe once we get to the heart, if we have time.
People think it's this awful place, but to be honest, if you've actually been there, yeah, it's awful. But there's these little, call them nuggets of what could be.
Don't get me wrong, I wish I could have been down there to see what it was like. Even though whatever was down there didn't.
So, as you go off to a further part of the stronghold, they take you to a room, and upon opening it, you see a stage and a pole there, as well as a couple of big mushrooms around.
Uh, that's what you want. Okay.
Oh no, this is not for us. This is for you. We're not staying.
What? Okay, but what is this?
Fun for yourselves. Enjoy my personal grown stash, in a sense. And however you feel afterwards, well, there's a little bit of fun right there.
Hmm.
I mean, at least the two of you seem like the dancing types, so wouldn't hurt.
She like looks down at the mushrooms and just kind of thinks, how long has it since I
Just pop one into my mouth.
Say that again, by the way.
How long has it been since she's been high? That's what she's wondering to herself. And he's just
4,000
popping one into his mouth
years.
right now.
Dan, I'm
Well,
popping one.
well, you didn't take one. You were affected by the spores last time, which was literally just last
Well,
last
no,
early
she
afternoon.
means like when she like actively decided on
Oh,
her own,
actively
I'm gonna get
smoked?
high. Yeah, well, not smoked, just decided to get high by any means.
Probably the last time
Also-
you were probably the last time you were immortal, since it's almost
Also,
impossible for gods to get drunk or high.
That is
also, I'll be right back.
what a awful existence gods must have.
I mean, how you think Dionysus is the god of festivities? That man could
Yeah,
literally drink whole goblets of wine and not even
but
feel tipsy.
he can get drunk though. That's the whole point.
He can make himself drunk, but like it's by
He can
choice, not
choose.
yeah. He could
Yes.
choose to get drunk.
Yeah, that's even
Man,
better.
what a shitty superpower.
That's not a shitty superpower. That man fucks.
I'm just saying, it's just like, oh, I can't be drunk, but I could just guess, okay, I just go, powers activate. Oh.
Is this just do you think Dionysus can create a wine that can involuntarily get him drunk?
That's like the whole, question of can God make a rock that even he can't lift?
That was the point, Jiraki. That was the point of me saying that.
Welcome to,
That's
philosophy
why I
class,
said
everybody.
that's someone ground Jiraki for me.
You can't ground me.
Your child,
I am not a child.
baby. All of you are baby children compared to me.
Pressing X to doubt. Also, yes, if you're curious, he's got to do what I say he's got to do of listening, but he's also just going to take some time to actually use that journal he bought
Good.
and process other things finally, as he just has some time to himself.
Dear journal.
No. It's not like that.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution, by the way, since you took a mushroom.
Dear journal, gonna blaze it right now. Well, not blaze it. We're going to fucking Jupiter.
Earth people, New York and California. Earth people, I was born on Jupiter.
Eats mushrooms suddenly. Lucy's like, I know where Eclipse is. Holy shit.
I know.
He eats the mushroom and
I'm
turns into a regular
back.
show episode.
If I have to say they one more time,
I
I'm
said
going
Lucy.
to.
All right.
They.
You roll me a Constitution. All right, you're fine so far.
Fucking. I'm a literal druggie. I'm a.
We know, Ink.
We know.
Anyway, enjoy so far. Consider it an apology for last time, especially for you two. They point at Lucy and Arya before closing the door.
We're getting. Okay.
Frankly,
Are we getting?
I suppose this is some kind of pampering.
I mean, it's kind of weird because even though it wasn't technically them, they really have no reason to do this for us.
Probably together in our good graces.
I see the stars.
Oh, and he's already
Oh
high.
boy, it was just one mushroom. Are they really that strong?
Oh yeah.
I
I just
kind of
take.
stares down at them.
I
Think
feel.
I'll.
Don't no. You cannot be a buzzkill today. This is actually good. I am feeling amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
sure you are. So that I had a bad experience with this. I haven't done this in years. I'm not sure if the experience is going to be the same as it was back then.
They're just poking you in the cheek with one. Come on, Grandma. Come on.
First time you
You know they're just
acknowledge
gonna
my
keep doing it
age.
until you eat one.
What? It's a
c-
tiny one. Come on.
You know,
Their eyes are not in that freaky dilation they usually have. This is actual true dilation of I feel great.
fine.
I
I'll do it in a
I
moment. She takes it like I'll do it in a moment. There's someone
delight.
I want to talk. Like I have a few things I want. I have a few people I want to try and talk.
And who's that?
Need to check up on how everyone else is doing. And she like sits down. Being high would not be a good way to approach them. At least, let's give this a shot. And she's
If you,
gonna contemplate and try to uh, pray to Naturia just to see how she's doing.
all right, make me a religion roll.
Okay. Yeah. 8.
You don't really have a good connection from where you're standing. So there will be no sort of saving grace for this. It's just a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a con save.
Oh boy. 13.
No, yeah. It's like how you remembered with the spores. Yeah, there's some heavy shit.
Poof.
I can't focus. Ugh. God.
Oh God, is one of us gonna have to stay sober so I could make sure you two get out of here in one piece?
No,
I
I'm fine. I just
I
mm,
I can
stupid
handle
fucking mushrooms.
I can handle this easy. I just choose not to.
Yeah, 'cause you want to relax. I understand.
Yeah, and I hated last night. I wanted to kill people, and
I don't want it anymore.
Well,
I
glad
won't.
that you're feeling the sunshine, Sugar Lips.
You need to relax.
Oh,
I can
sorry, Grandma, the
relax.
sun says hello.
You are incapable of relaxing. That is your problem. You too, Arya.
Bitch, I am the
You,
queen of relaxing.
Okay,
you
Well, no,
I have a
that's
question for
below
I have a
though.
question for the two of you.
Hmm.
Now, I know I didn't eat a mushroom, but are those mushrooms behind you moving?
What? I'm looking behind me.
You look
what are
behind you and you see some of the more like these are mushrooms or the quote unquote moving mushrooms are like the same size as your guys' hands, so like they're pretty big, but they appear to be mushroom men,
oh
mushroom
Oh
my
my,
people.
oh my god, my
uh,
silly
Mechanoids!
ads.
oh my god. I must be really high.
Have I seen these things before?
If you want to go ahead and roll me either a history or a nature.
Both are the same. Yeah. 18 nature.
You've been to Naturia before, and you know that these mushroom men specifically are a byproduct of a certain druid. They are not a naturally they are not of a natural monster or bestial race. They're literally a byproduct of druidic magic.
Hmm.
Oh.
You see, Arya?
I know what these little guys are.
It's
How she
it's
like picks one up. How'd you get all the way here?
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious the tiefling that is the expert in the mushrooms. I mean, come on.
I mean, I suppose, but like, you have moving, living, walking mushrooms in your garden?
I mean,
Not that that's like
I
a
reality.
mean,
bad thing, I just find it odd. They kind of stand out.
the mushroom men begin to walk out with a couple of edible uh, plants from around the garden, and they go ahead and present them to you.
Oh.
See, even they want you to relax.
I mean, I don't really have anything bad to do. Let me try one more time. And she's gonna try and, at least contact someone this time.
Roll another religion.
This is just random contact, 17. She doesn't care who she contacts
Conference call. Fuck it. Ping everybody.
with.
So you're saying you don't care who you call?
Yeah, she doesn't care who she contacts as long as she contacts someone for a check-in.
Congratulations. As one of your worst enemies appears before you. It's Navarian.
Ah, great.
Can we
She's like,
see?
like,
Can we see
okay,
this?
like, okay, come on, somebody pick up, please.
And as her dark form appears before you, uh, no, you can't see this because only, you know.
Okay, good. I'm gonna just keep. I'm clinging on to Aria, trying to convince her to indulge.
Okay, you're being way too clingy. Can you just stop? And then back to Navarian real quick. You're like, the fuck you summoning me for?
Huh? Oh, great, it's you, it's fucking you. Whatever. Then I can work with this.
You didn't specify on your summoning.
No, I didn't. Mushrooms are, well, they're kind of cute. Whatever. It's gonna be really weird to ask you of all people, but how are things?
Difficult, as they are nowadays.
I expected as much. Everything else is still in order.
Yeah, in a sense.
Sorry.
Now, is there a reason that you're contacting me blazed out of your mind and
Well,
sees all the
first off, I am not blazed. I'm just going through a lot right now.
pushes you
Secondly,
over the mushroom you're sitting on?
motherfucker.
That's a good reaction.
Like, okay.
You were
Got
saying?
your laughs. Like, again, it's the spores in this place. Ugh. Whatever. Secondly, I'm just checking up on how the Pantheon is doing. How's my replacement doing, by the way? I learned that recently.
Fine.
No mistakes?
Just kissing ass.
Oh,
Same as with
great.
Ryder's replacement. I mean, I don't know what you expected.
Oh, great. Just great. Replacement kisses ass to the goddess of fate. And Naturia, what about her?
Still
How's she
dormant.
holding up?
Still no response. We've tried everything, or at least Frenia has, and no one can get a hold of her.
Damn. Sucks doing it Threadnia's way, huh?
I just do my own thing, same as the other two who are currently attached to you. She says, pointing at the pendant that's around your neck.
Oh, I thought she gave that to
Oh,
Brady.
well. Like, yeah, well, the other two have pretty much put me into a deal that I have to
No,
see
you
through
have
to the.
Gala's pendant. You don't have
Oh,
the other two's pendant.
I was referring to different gestures, but no, she's like, yeah, like, well, there, like, I tend to keep, like, you know what they say, keep your friends close.
And your enemy's closer, and then you really should have just added mines on there too.
Well, you haven't given me yours. Last time we met, you attacked me.
You really deserved it at that time.
Yeah, and you deserve the ass whooping that I gave you.
Pushes you over again.
You bitch. She then gets up like, stop doing that. You know what? Who am I kidding? I know it wouldn't affect you. She's just still gonna toss a mushroom at her. Hoping it hits her mouth, like gets in her mouth. Even though she's not really there. Cap.
Yep.
Capricorn.
Yep. Kippy.
Damn it, we lost him.
I think he's reading out of context and it's just like, fuck!
You know what? What was
Because
I
I
gonna
do
say?
remember that specific conversation with Bravigi and Lucy of him asking if she wanted, and she's like, "Yeah, here, have it." And you gave me the Castris and Valenticus medal, or whatever they gave you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry, internet.
Okay, well.
Hi.
So.
So before I got cut off, your last thing I heard you say was it's not my fault.
Yeah. Well, no, she called her a bitch. Oh no, sorry.
Oh,
She
she
said.
gave that to you.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Well, she said that it's not my fault that I gave you a beat down. And then she got pushed over, and then she told her to stop doing that, and then threw a mushroom at her. Kind of lazily, but threw a mushroom at her.
Just stares at her feet at the singular mushroom. You do realize that that's not going to do anything to me, right? Because I'm immortal.
Just because you're immortal doesn't mean you're immune to effects.
Yeah, but I wonder how bad it would really be if I just mess with your head right now with some nightmares along with the high you're currently on.
Don't.
Then I thought so.
Like, I think Ink was right. Maybe relaxing would be nice. Maybe the rest of you all should just, for one day, for one whole day, just take a break from what you're doing. Like, come on, you're not bound to your work. Belota's not bound to his work, and he does whatever he wants, just for a day, just for a single day, just.
Well, besides you, only three really could say that they really have nothing above their work, and that's Belota, Jolaki, and Gala.
Well, yeah, but still, come on, just a break, one break. Hey, what's one day of doing nothing but relaxing, maybe blending in with mortals?
I'm just
It's
gonna
not
say
so
this.
not so
I was gonna
bad.
say this that for Ink and Arya, it just looks like
Lucy's talking to
Lucy is
herself.
talking to her shadow.
Fuck, she high as shit.
Okay, she's gone.
Hey, Arya.
Yes.
Arya, you're pretty, and I mean this in all that. You're so pretty that I sometimes get jealous of you because you're so pretty. They're just laying on the floor as they say this by these mushroom men.
Well, I mean, they didn't put you on the floor. You just got put on the floor, and then I mean, they're gonna greatly just like use you as like a platform to just do some weird like ceremonial dance.
Ooh, la ooh, la
I am the
Crap
I
writing.
am the ritual, Arya. See? I am the ritual.
Arya's gonna go ahead and take a seat at a mushroom as she just watches as the two of you just blaze out your mind.
I
But being the
am.
only being the only sober one here, the mushroom people still at least like give her the same kind of complimentaries as the two of you as she gets a fresh glass of orange juice.
But what does Miss
Never had.
Nightmares say about taking a break? About everyone just take a break for like just one day, one day. Just
Remind me
spend some
again, the
time.
variant is like the opposite carbon copy of Jira, right?
Yeah, Drira is like sleepy all the time. She's like, she like that.
Alright.
Are they like
Are they twins?
unrelated? I'm
they
about to
they
say
are
like are they like
no, they're completely unrelated.
okay?
Yeah,
One's all inky
So
and goopy.
you're
and the other
so
one is. I feel
What
like
the
if
hell
I
do you want me
remember
to
right.
do as like a break? I'm literally just a manifestation of everything dark and scary.
And who's saying that dark and scary can't like do something? Huh? Like you could manifest yourself into being, I don't know, a cat maybe or something. Just something away from your free time that you don't have to like do your work. How long have you been working? A lot less than I have. I'm suggesting that you take a break.
You know what? Fuck you.
Come
And
on.
she goes ahead and changes her form and she appears as a black cat.
oh fuck you.
Oh, look at you, Nevi. Look at you.
Fuck you becomes cat.
Yeah.
Look at you, Nevi. See? And now you can spend the rest of today or whatever being that. Traveling around the mortal plane for just a day. Not doing your job.
Sure, sure. And
Go.
as she
Yeah.
goes to find a spot to lay around, a couple of the mushroom men approach said cat and what was that, Stag?
Have you
Oh,
all next week?
they gotta
Oh?
go. Yeah.
Yeah. We've lost the plot here.
Oh, the plot's been lost for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just wrapping up with something fun
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
or
just
something silly, I should say.
And
Ink
then
is
yeah.
just pouring their heart out to Arya.
Stagif, Stagif.
No, they hear you.
I
They're
will
typing.
say,
They're
by the
tippy
way,
typing.
Camp, if you want me to roll anything on like listening or hiding, let me know.
Oh yeah, you could go ahead and just roll perception.
Roll perception and a stealth for you.
Yep.
Perception.
Alright,
And
let's
then the cat
22,
goes ahead and eats a couple of the mushroom men.
22
Oh no.
stealth because why the fuck not?
I forgot the
Another
cat. Hi!
22.
Wow, that's crazy.
You oh my god, that dog ate the little guy.
Is a cat.
That's a
Also,
dog.
you should definitely start getting the others to just take a break. You know,
Why do I do
it's a
this?
great. You're getting an experience.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
Arya better be level 9 next week.
What the fuck is up with that? She's talking to a dog, Arya.
What the fuck is my to-do list?
All right. Well, if you're gonna go for the night, have a good night. We will talk about it more later.
talking.
But yeah.
And she will be level 9. Is that where everyone's at right now? Level 9?
It should be,
don't-
yes.
No,
I
I'm not level
think.
9. I don't think.
Wait,
Or
What the
no, hold
fuck?
on.
We have the fuck we're level
Yes.
9.
Yes, she is. Or yes, I am.
Wait, are we level 9?
Yes, I'm level 9.
You all
Oh,
should
wait,
be
hang
level
on,
9.
Wait, hang on, wait, yes, wait, right. Sorry, it's not showing me the other thing. Yeah, I am level 9, yeah. I'm 2 in Warlock. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, you're multi-classer.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought I missed a step. No, I didn't.
So
But yeah, no. She got the goddess of night. She got her
Whoa.
enemy. She got her enemy high, guys. Peace.
did she actually get high? She just ate a mushroom, man. Are we sure them guys are made of the good mushrooms?
Well, she's a cat right now, so she's going to get like a cat high, which is her pupils are going to grow and she's going to stretch out until Yep, and she's going to her pupils are going to grow, she's going to stretch out, and then she's just going to lie flat.
See, I told you a relaxing would be fun.
The cat
Arya,
just
Now
looks over.
Lucy is high.
Also, thank you for out of character for reminding me of one of the things to put on Bravigi's to-do list.
get high.
No.
What is it, Ink?
He's gonna mess with Nevrian later.
He's talking to a dog. Is she okay? She might be a little, you know, high.
I'm assuming the two of you are going to be fine, so.
I'll be fine. You know, Inka's correct, so I'm gonna lie here and relax with Navarian.
Navarro.
I'm gonna lay
Yeah.
here and hang out with Nevi, and I'm gonna feel like garbage.
I'm just. Ink is already crawling from their stomach and just saddling up to Lucy. Look at you. You're doing it. I'm proud of you.
Lucy be doing this. She's laying on
Oh
the
my
floor,
God.
feeling like garbage, staring up at the ceiling, feeling the cosmos.
You feel the weight of the realms beyond this plane, and you will know things. I am. It's how I want to feel every day. I want to experience
The
that.
Undertale.
Yeah, like
That mushroom did a flip. Mushrooms can't do flips.
Alright.
But the mushroom
Alright.
man can.
Arya, come to the cuddle puddle, please.
Being cuddled by mushroom men, which we're going to go ahead and end off for you guys there, and we're going to go ahead and go to Jiraki and wrap things up.
hooray.
Okay.
Meanwhile, with
Time to stop.
Jiraki, I will
Time
skip
to
the
hold.
high music now. No more high music.
So Jiraki, you peer in with the conversation.
Mm-hmm. She's gotta find a spot to like sit where none of them are looking. As he just listens and writes in his journal. Quietly.
Yep. And as you're writing, you already know the combination to the one safe that's right there on the thing.
Yeah, I could
But
honestly
then,
probably sneak over there, but I'm not gonna do that because I'd piss them off.
yeah, because they're still literally right there.
Yeah. I know
And
better.
it's strange. Yep, and it's strange that two out of three of them that are left look more tired than Violet. Violet looks fine since the first time you met her.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Podorf. But then again, Podorf's an older man,
He sleeps
and
all
Violet
the
is
time.
more close to age with the rest of them. So Liam and Alex are gone missing in the geyser Is there any whereabouts on Tiana? Yeah. What's going on with us? I'm not sure. This seems more like just regular exhaustion. A little hard to breathe, don't you think? Mayhaps. But I was gonna say, have you seen any word of Carter or Lillian? Violet? Carter and Lillian are still away at the capital. They should be returning back to Sut sometime soon. Miss Carter's cooking. And Lillian was always pleasant company. Is there anything else you have need of me, Cervantes? No. Did you get as much of information as you can from the changelings? I got what I needed. Alright then. Then I guess we could go forward with our end of the bargain then. Our end of the deal. I'll be on standby for when things are ready to proceed forward. And Violet exits the room.
So they're on standby to move forward with something. I don't think that this specifically just said what it was, right?
Yep, nope.
Alright.
She's been rather secretive as of lately, that one. Yeah, well, when hasn't she? She's proven herself useful to us with just her knowledge of information keeping. Her data collection is second to none. Like an oracle almost. And yet there is this other oracle somewhere out there in a cave, from what the spies have told us. That is true. How are things on the business end? And Cervantes looks over at the current plans in front of him on the table and the ones on the wall. Honestly, dry. There's so much changing in Largos now. The spies have told us that so many of the smaller towns, the villages have changed. Probably because of that mage that Zerestri and his friends made mention of. What was our profit margin from before these events? Flargos alone, we were making about close to 7 figures. And now? A lot less than that. Any new business is rarely sought for. And our connects also dry. We've heard what's been happening in Lytera. And Echuria seems to be in much worse of a state than we are. Though I wonder how things are going to progress from here. Makes you wish that we were still officers underneath Paldorf, don't you think? Maybe. Things were a bit simpler back then. Has the chain of command been difficult, Cervantes? Not particularly, but I do wonder where all the influence left. Paldorf had much more control of things. And now look at a lot of us. We just continue to strive best we can. Keep the spades going. Any means necessary, right? Yeah. By any means necessary. Once we get Liam and Alex back, send in the word for the lot of us for a different date. A private meeting away from the rest of the family. Not with Paldorf, not with Violet. Just us five with Angela, Gail, and Skylar. Liam, Alex, and then Carter and Lenya when they return to Sut. I think it's time we take things to a more drastic measure with the way that these current events are playing out. I'll go find Veronica then. And Tiana exits.
Rivig's got to remain quiet. But yeah, I'm writing things down. They want a private meeting with Angela, Gail, Skylar, Liam, and Alex without Veronica or without Violet, right?
Yeah, without Violet.
Okay, make sure I got that right in my notes. Getting a lot of juicy information here. But now
then you see Cervantes go back to the painting, put in the combination, and since you're standing or you're hidden in a spot where he can't see you and you got a clear view of the room, to your surprise, where you thought to be a safe full of a bunch of money only appears to carry just a handful of coin bags. At least this safe at the moment. And he takes out about 5 of them. And he begins dumping the contents onto the table, which 2 you would see are filled with bronze, 1 in silver, 1 in gold, and the last with only a couple pieces of platinum. This is pathetic. And out of frustration, he swipes some of the coins off the table as they scatter across the floor.
I was gonna ask if any of them like were to land near me.
A few of them.
Anything like valuable, or is it just like bronze?
Mostly bronze.
I'll just leave them there.
And then you see something really interesting as he begins coughing violently. And then he grabs a nearby handkerchief and begins coughing into that. Ugh. I need to see the medic. And finally, he leaves the room.
I'm gonna go and inspect that handkerchief he left behind.
You look at the handkerchief being just a regular white cloth. But to your shock, what you see is some spat out blood. Majority of it being red, but you can't help but there's just a little bit of dark in some areas.
He's infected. Interesting. I'll do my best to, discreetly collect that as evidence before sneaking out.
All right, so you take the handkerchief with you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you're trying to look around in the room?
I mean, I'll just take a cursory glance around. Like you said, they don't have really a lot to haul. They don't have a lot of money as it is, so they'd probably notice if I took that. Is like there anything like innately, I guess, interesting besides that stuff in the room?
There's still the plans.
Yeah. Let's see. I could take those, but I know what Verviga will do. He's got to look for some larger bits of paper and just quickly write everything down before, again, discreetly leaving.
As you write the most that you can and skim through most of the reading that's on the table and on the wall, you make your way out sneakily from the room as a couple guards go over to keep an eye on it while Cervantes is away. And you take your leave from the stronghold.
Alrighty, I will make myself skedaddle back to the inn. That way I can meet up with Max.
And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end off things there.
And out of
It
character.
is late.
And that, my friends, is how you obtain the ultimate leverage.
Me when leverage.
Me when they can't say shit to me anymore because I know their secrets. Anybody have raid
No
recommendations?
secrets.
Has to.
Honestly, though, pretty exciting stuff.
I'm
Two of us
doing
got
rogue
high.
things.
2 of us are high right now. I got my natural enemy to be high. We are no longer enemies for now. And hopefully I can convince the other gods to, hey, take a break, dog.
Yeah.
I do
have some gods on my to commune with list. The pirate god is one of them, and yes, Neverent is also one of them.
Oh, oh,
You've already
both
warned
those
me of talking with her
times.
is a bad idea.
Yeah, and it's
I
like
mean, just
telling a
take it from
child.
Max.
It's like telling a child, "Hey, don't do that," and then they still do it anyways.
You know he's gonna do it anyways.
You
Yeah.
know that that image of the two blank figures. One's got a harness on them. It's got the gremlin pose, and the other one's holding the leash. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Navarian.
Having to hold her no
I
leash.
think if I word it correctly, she might find what Bravigi's gonna talk with her about mildly interesting.
Eh.
At least
I hope
it'll probably be
everybody
something no
enjoyed.
other mortal has asked.
Oh boy.
I hope everybody enjoyed. I'm gonna go and lay down so I can rest my head.
Alrighty, you can do that. Hope you get
Good
well
night,
soon.
boyos. I'm not sick. It's just that just pushing it a bit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
Good
know.
night,
Not.
boyos. Hope you enjoyed.
I did. It was fun. I'm gonna see who I can raid real quick. I'm gonna deafen. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our session. Oh my god, they got a big on the screen. Look at that. However, I would like to say something to some people. There is going to be some interesting things happening tomorrow. If you have made it this far in the video, please do come by on May 1st, because it is not only my stream anniversary, but there is going to be some interesting things. I hope that will interest you. And thus, I am excited for tomorrow. And a little nervous. But we're going to see who is live, who we can see real quick. And let us see who we are going to raid. I see a lot of people playing Oblivion. Yes. Or, let's see here. You know what? I could leave it to fate. Let us see here who we're gonna raid. What up, people? What we be doing? Who haven't I raided in a while? There's many. Let's see here. LG. You know what? I have a feeling you guys would like some chill. Well, maybe some not so chill art. I don't know. I haven't raided this person in quite a while, and I'm curious. So let's go say hi to Gang Feather. And as always, stay awesome.